Okay, good morning. Welcome everybody to my talk. As I was saying, it is a very general talk, meant mostly for my younger friends. The title also you can see is Points to Ponder for Success in Scientific Research. I give a list. See, I'm not the first one to speak on such topics. So many big fellows have already spoken and written books. Among them, you will see there are two or three Nobel laureates. Physics, you can see immunologist, mathematician Hardy, neuroscientist, Nobel Prize winner Kahel, and similarly Feynman. They have all written books how to succeed in science, and they are aimed at young fellows. Before we talk all that, I hope people can read whatever is written. What is science? We want to talk about how to succeed in science. Before that, let us broadly think what is science. When you do science, you are basically trying to answer a question. Is this material a liquid crystal or not? Like that. So you start working on it in your physics lab, chemistry lab, biology lab, wherever you are. You try to make, and when you say you are studying it, a sample, you are making some observations, then making a plot or a graph sheet of that, and then trying to see does it form a pattern? Is it a linear thing? Is it exponential or whatever? So you make careful observations and patterns lead. अब क्या होता है, आप एक क्वेश्चन का जवाब देने निकले थे. सॉरी माइकल, आई स्विच टू हिंदी समटाइम्स. सो एक सवाल का जवाब देने निकले 10 सवाल और पैदा हो गए. बट दैट इज रिसर्च. रिसर्च है ही यही. A good question, if solved, can lead to new discoveries. That's how new discoveries are made. If you succeed in answering a new question in a new way. So discoveries lead to patents. Patents lead to innovations. Innovations lead to prototypes, useful commercial products, new technologies for health, medicine, environment, energy. That's what everybody talks these days, that you should work on these areas. And entrepreneurships and jobs. You see, 99% of the people are doing science because they think they are going to get a job in that area. If you already know you are not going to get a job, you will not attend to that kind of a subject. So that is needed. And jobs needed means you need a multidisciplinarity experience. I am going to dwell on this topic more and more. I am giving an example. I retired long ago, but 2 years ago I wrote a book for a British publisher that is on superconductivity. Now I am writing a book on employability for PhD students in STEM. STEM means science, technology, engineering, mathematics, also medical. Then you can write double M. So how to do that? All over the world, ChatGPT, so many things are coming and disturbing your mind. Will I get a job or not? So to start with, let me say in this audience, there must be some fresh PhD students or who are going to register now. Doing a PhD thesis work is very tough job. वो जिसको बोलते हैं ना, बहुत जालिम चीज़ है PhD करना, बहुत मुश्किल है. जब करने निकलते हो 5 साल लगते हैं, उसमें बहुत मेहनत लगती है. You have to collect a lot of original data. आपसे कहा जाता और डेटा लेके आओ और लेके आओ. And then before that they say, look for a good problem in research. अरे वो good problem क्या है ये तो बता दो. So your professor, no, this is not enough. So then they say you should publish minimum 4 to 5 papers before you submit your thesis. और उनमें ज़्यादातर आपका नाम फर्स्ट होना चाहिए. बहुत सारे लोग ये कहेंगे, पर क्या आपके प्रोफेसर वो अलाउ करेंगे? वो ये भी मुश्किल है. तो मैं कहूँगा 5 में से 3 में हो तो बहुत अच्छा है, ये ठीक है. फिर आपको लिखना आना चाहिए. आपको अपना थीसिस सबमिट करना है, आपको पेपर्स लिखने हैं. एंड वर्स्ट पार्ट इज यू हैव टू अपीयर इन ए वाइवा वॉइस टेस्ट. आई हैव कंडक्टेड डजन्स ऑफ वाइवास ऑल ओवर द कंट्री, इवन वंस और ट्वाइस अब्रॉड इन जर्मनी. That is the lowest confidence day of a candidate when he has to publicly defend what he did for the last 5 years. So there are reasons for that. You can discuss with me later because time is short. Then you are starting looking for a job. Your job could be academic, in teaching, or in research, or sometimes in industry. In all these topics you can have all kinds of jobs. होता क्या है, आप 5 साल एक यूनिवर्सिटी में रहे, वहाँ आप उस डिपार्टमेंट में रहे, आपको लगता है मैं भी क्यों इन जैसा नहीं बन जाऊँ, ये आसान है, इंडस्ट्री में कौन जाएगा? That also is there. So like all creative fields, painting, art, music, writing, poetry, research also needs a lot of hard work, tenacity जिसको बोलते हैं. Are you listening to me? Tenacity. Hello? वो पीछे वाले लोग. So tenacity, you need dedication, determination, diligence, resilience. मैंने 5 वर्ड बोले हैं: tenacity, resilience, determination, dedication and diligence. अगर मैं इसमें एक और वर्ड जोड़ दूं, फ्रूगैलिटी, फ्रूगल लिविंग, तो ये गांधीयन फिलॉसफी बन जाएगी. महात्मा गांधी यही 6 चीज़ें करता था, और विदेश में इसको गांधीयन फिलॉसफी बोलते हैं, बट इन इंडिया वी कॉल इट इंडियन फिलॉसफी, बिकॉज वो गांधी भी तो अपना ही था ना. सो एवरीबडी ऑफ अस हैज ए लिटिल बिट ऑफ गांधी ऑलरेडी इन अस. सो you already have a template for success in this world. You are way ahead of other countries, people, students, because you have a little bit of Gandhi in you. But the thing is, you have to do well. How to do well? You must think originally. I'll give you an example. Allahabad में एक इंस्टीट्यूट है, हरिश्चंद्र रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट, छोटी सी मैथमेटिक्स की है. इट इज़ नाउ वर्किंग अंडर डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ एटॉमिक एनर्जी. वहाँ एक स्टूडेंट था बहुत साल पहले, 30-40-50 साल पहले, हरिश्चंद्र. वो MSc फिजिक्स का एग्ज़ाम था. CV Raman came as a examiner. So CV Raman had not declared the question paper before he came. He came, he was a Nobel laureate. So he wrote 6 questions, copy बना के सबको दे दो. There were some 20 students. They were given 2 hours. Now this Harishchandra attempted the toughest question, which was related to a music instrument. Raman was fond of that. Write the equation of that, frequencies and all that thing. He attempted that, पर उसमें उसके 2 घंटे चले गए. Whereas all the other people attempted the other 4 questions which were simpler, and so the question answer sheets were given to Raman. Raman gave 100 out of 100 to Harishchandra. He says, जो बंदा ये कर सकता है वो कुछ भी कर सकता है. So try to be original. Don't be afraid. Have confidence. So that is, now it is called, that institute is named after him. So जब आप रिसर्च करते हो, PhD की रिसर्च करते हो, तो आपके आगे बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस हैं. वो चैलेंजेस क्या हैं? एक तो आपको राइटिंग आना चाहिए, PhD थीसिस. जब लिखने लगते हैं तो पता लगता है उसमें आपकी जान निकलती है. Everybody will say this is not how you write, but they don't tell you how to write. That also is the problem. So लिखना आना चाहिए, और लिखना अच्छा आना चाहिए, और आपके पब्लिकेशन शुड बी ऑफ हाई क्वालिटी. हाई क्वालिटी मीन्स व्हाट? मैं एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ. एक PhD स्टूडेंट था टाटा इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ फंडामेंटल रिसर्च में, EV संपत कुमारन. He later became dean of faculty of TFR. He used to work out for his PhD. जब उसने PhD सबमिट की TFR में, उस PhD वर्क के साथ 25 फिजिकल रिव्यू पेपर लगे हुए थे. 25 फिजिकल रिव्यू पेपर्स. I know that. So then you should know how to write a manuscript for a journal. ये भी बहुत मुश्किल काम है. How to write your CV. अरे CV तो सबको लिखना आना चाहिए. लोग एक दूसरे का कॉपी कर लेते हैं. उसका CV ऐसा तो मेरा भी ऐसा होना चाहिए. No, don't copy, write originally. Then CV और resume में फ़र्क है. CV is meant for academic jobs and all that. मैंने इतने पेपर पब्लिश किए, मेरे इतने लेक्चर हैं, ये है वो है, पेटेंट है. When you apply to industry, it is a resume. उनके लिए 40 पेपर हैं कि 20 पेपर है, कुछ खास फर्क नहीं है. They are looking for something else. Industry people. That is a resume. So learn about it. Then you need a covering letter which you don't write, somebody else writes for you, and which he may be your professor or your professor's competitor. हो सकता है आपके प्रोफेसर की जिससे नहीं बनती वो आपको लेटर दे दे, ये भी पॉसिबल है. Then writing a research proposal for DST funding and other funding. Sometimes you get a postdoc appointment on the strength of having secured funds already from a funding agency for your project, although you don't have a job. So that also is possible. So, and इन जिंदगी में उन 5 सालों में आपके खास तौर पर इवन बाद में there will be lot of bad opportunities. You will have bad shallow points in your life. That does not mean आप बैठे रहो कुछ नहीं करोगे मेरा काम तो ठीक नहीं चल रहा है. That is the golden period to learn new skills. I did it myself in BRC for years together. I am telling you, as a physicist, I was in chemistry department. I learned glass blowing. I learned how to wind a furnace. I can wind a furnace today in 1/6 of the price which you pay for a standard marketing furnace. Then I learned spot welding, soldering contacts, designing a glass cryostat, liquid nitrogen, liquid helium. Use of vacuum equipment, using a vacuum line, working on a lathe, go to workshop and work on a lathe. Now you will say you were in BRC, so you had all the opportunities, you learnt all that. I think there are different people have different opportunities, so you should try to. Then can you innovate even in your bad patch? I made India's first high resolution electrical resistivity equipment which could resolve 1 nano ohm. When I made, there were no digital voltmeters. I am talking of 1972. There was no digital voltmeter that time. So even if you have a bad period, your day will come. Just hang on, learn more things. You will be more competitive. And then I am telling some very general things. आपको अच्छी लगे या कम अच्छी लगे, मेरा तो फर्ज है आपको बताना कि मैं क्या कहना चाहता हूँ. जब when things are in your control, you got a PhD, you are starting your career, or maybe you are a postdoc, you are a professor, try to work with world's best experts. See, rather than working with a colleague who is like you, not bad. If you are not doing anything else, it is okay. But can you choose to work with the world's number one? I am giving examples. There is a Professor Alan Herman. He is a professor of physics, also of music. He is in Colorado Boulder. Even now he is there. I told him, you work on thallium superconductors, we also work. Shall we edit a book together? I impressed him so much in a conference in USA. I gave him everything written. Which are the chapters? Who will write the chapters? And if that one person says, no, I can't, then who is the second best, third best? उसको इतना मसाला दे दिया, he could not say no. So we did that. That was in 94. Yeah, sorry. मैं ऐसे चलता रहूँगा. So, secondly, the world's famous spin glasses expert, he called me to spend 6 months in his lab, Ian Campbell. Actually, the Nobel laureate who did GMR work, Albert Fert, he was his student next door. And similarly, so I went and worked with him. Then in chromium magnetism, I am talking of physics, so spin density wave antiferromagnetism in chromium. There too, I chose the world's number one in University of Toronto, interacted with him, impressed him, did other things for him before he said, oh, yes. So I wrote a Reviews of Modern Physics article, 105 pages long with him. Reviews of Modern Physics is the topmost physics journal with the highest impact. There is no other physics journal in you name it. Even PRL comes much behind. Then finally, I wanted to start new topics. New topics means I was from chemistry department, but I had shifted to physics. I was inherently a physics person. So why not work on something where both the things are used? Organic magnets. So molecular magnets. I started. So I again looked for who is the best. He was in Bordeaux, France. I chose him. So we did a big project together. And this is how you have to, chase people, chase to do things. How many more minutes I stop? 1 minute. Okay. Next. Oh, he is the world's best. Now this 1 minute will be going on this only. 500 years ago, he was the best scientist, best painter, best engineer, best botanistic capabilities. You name, he did everything. He's लियोनार्डो दा विंची, नाम सुना होगा, जिसने मोनालिसा पेंट की थी, पर उसने दुनिया में बहुत से काम किए. मिलान के राजा ने उसको बुलाया, इटली मिलान. He said, plague is coming every year. Half the population of Milan is wiped out. Will you come and do something for us? So he shifted there. He designed the whole city once again. King of France, he was a young fellow fond of paintings. He asked Leonardo, can you shift to France? He was already old. After 2 years, Leonardo died. Now, can you come here? I'll give you a chateau. Chateau means a किला. आपके लिए एक किला सुरक्षित है. आप यहाँ आइए, आपको अच्छे पैसे दिए जाएंगे, आपको कुछ नहीं करना है, सिर्फ यहाँ बैठना है. वो हमारी इज्जत का सवाल है. He came, and those days how did he carry Mona Lisa? गधों पे, ये खच्चरों पे, टट्टुओं पे लेके गए, क्योंकि there's no other way to carry. Only on mules he carried it, all the paintings. He stayed there for 2 years, and he had a big name. I stop here. I have a lot of things to tell you, but then time is limited.
Although he is a man of honest metaphysics, he has got many laurels in his chest. So those are, I just mention 1 or 2 points. One which I liked very much is that he has got 102 articles in his possession and is very high Google citation index. Apart from, because those are the criteria we look for. And I thank Professor Yakmi for his nice presentation. And if anyone wants to ask, I'll request.
Thank you for introducing me to this audience. Let me say, ये जो मेन पिक्चर है, ये मैंने फोटो क्लिक की थी स्पेन में, एक सिटी है वालेंसिया. देखो लोगों को कितना दिमाग में उथल पुथल है, कितना काम करना चाहते हैं. People made this sculpture out of wooden strips. It will be burnt on the last day like Dashera, our festival. But it is more than 3 stories high, and it shows all the kind of things which he did. And last में उस तरफ है एक छोटी सी पिक्चर मोनालिसा की. जब मैं जिंदगी में फर्स्ट टाइम पेरिस गया, I clicked it. I have a aim and shoot camera. It won't give me a picture. So I put the flash on. You are not allowed to put the flash on. There is a security fellow, police fellow standing there. If you do, he'll arrest you. I did it, and I was not arrested.